Okay, everyone, welcome back to the Black Gentleman's Culture Premium Cigar Experience channel. And today we're outside with the Aganorsa Radiante Nacionale. I know I butchered that, so I'm going to try it again, Nacionale. So, I know I butchered it. Hey, I don't speak Spanish very well, but let's get into it. This cigar is a 6x46 stick that I got from the Privada Club, and I got it in 123 box. So yes, the cigar has aged in my humidor for 2 years, even though they aged it themselves for 1 year. So far, we got 3 years of aging. They don't say how long that Aganorsa aged it, but like I said, this thing has aged 3 years. 1 by them, 2 by me. Excuse me for moving out the way, but it's a Cuban seed Corojo grown in Estel, Nicaragua. The binder is a Cuban seed Corojo grown in Jalapa. The fillers are a Cuban seed Nicaraguan grown in Estel and Jalapa. Now, as far as the body, foot, and cold draw, let me tell you, all cedar. I know they say Nutella and Nutella off of the cold draw and Nutella off of the foot. I got all cedar. That being said, now in the beginning, because I did take a couple of puffs of this is a very peppery cigar. Now, that being said, let's get into it. I also combined it with an IPA. Yes, I decided to go with a beer with this. Reason why? Why not? It's a 60-degree day on March 4th, so you know what? I'm outside. Let's make it as spring as possible. That being said, I'm going to go ahead, get through the first third, and I'll get back with you. All right, folks. All right, everyone. Like I said, I paired this with a Wild Range Indiana Pale Ale. Reason why? I'm actually a fan of this beer. And believe it or not, you can pick this up at Aldi's. The beer usually runs for about $8 for all 6. And let me tell you, so far, I'm glad I paired it with this, because the citrus coming off of this ale is going well with the heavy pepper coming off of this cigar. So, yes, if you want something to combat it, this is definitely it. And so far, I really don't know, but let me get to the halfway point with the cigar, and I'll get back with you on what I think these two are doing together. All right, folks. And I'm back. As you can see, the burn is relatively, it was even, then it developed this little ridge right here. So I'm going to say it's back on that kiddie roller coaster, meaning it's not off bad, but it's not razor sharp. That being said, this cigar is a severe pepper bomb, and no, this is not for a newbie. Now, that being said, even though it's not for a newbie, this cigar is quite enjoyable. I read through the notes, went through the notes. No Nutella. Sorry, folks. Sorry. The note said you'll get a slight taste of Nutella. No, what you actually get is that baker spices, and you get black pepper, and you get a soft, sweet cedar. Now, I'm so glad I paired it with this IPA. The main reason why, it enhances everything, but it doesn't enhance the pepper, which is great by me. Now, the pepper itself do come through the retrohale slightly, but it does linger on a palate heavily. But with this IPA, it washes it off, and then you're just left to enjoy the slight subtleties of the baker spice and that cedar. Now, beyond that, so far, I'm thinking these two are going well together, and I wouldn't give it that big old blast of a 9 or above, but right now we're sitting at a solid 8, 7.5 to 8. Alrighty, so that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the halfway point. And one more thing, if you got the cigar, please be careful. It will ash itself on you. Alright, folks, see you at the halfway point. Alright, everyone, as you can see, I'm halfway done with this IPA, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna really have to say this. After getting halfway done with this IPA, they're both together, they're 8.5. Yes, they're that high. I don't know. Whew. I've just read the labeling and everything. This IPA is great. If anyone wants something that's light and enjoyable, that could break a strong cigar, this is it. Even with food, I've had this with barbecue, brisket, all kinds of things. This IPA right here, to me, on its own, is a 9. Yes, it's that enjoyable. So, if anyone knows where you could pick up some Wild Range IPA, it's the India Pale Ale. Do not, and I'm repeating myself again, let this car go through, because it always happens. Do not let your taste buds miss out on this treat. There's no way this should be more. And I'm wondering if they got this in different states, period. I know it's being sold here in Ohio, and I know it's bottled and manufactured in New York. Those two places I know got it. If you could get this, like I said, I picked mine up at Aldi's. Go ahead and grab this, enjoy it fully, either by itself or with food, and like I said, with a cigar that you may enjoy that's heavily peppery. It'll make a big difference. Alright, folks, we're back at the halfway point, and as you can see, I'm rotating it so you can see this burn. Alright, the burn, I'm gonna have to be honest with it. It's no longer the kiddie roller coaster. It's that 1980s Gumby cut. If you're familiar with Big Daddy Kane and some of the prominent rappers of that era, you know we kept our hair cut on a nice little diagonal cut sometimes. Called it a Gumby, of course, after the character Gumby. Now, that being said, this sucker decided to punch me in the face and make me a liar. Right after I did the video, I took probably 2 or 3 more puffs, and lo and behold, I get Nutella on a cold draw. I kid you not. So through the first third, are you going to get that Nutella? No. Right a little bit past the halfway point, the first third, that's when the Nutella in this cigar kicks in. And it's also doing something else. It also leaves your mouth dry like walnuts do. And I'm sitting up here trying not to laugh, no diddy. But yeah, it kind of leaves the palate dry. So again, enjoying this IPA with the citrus flavors coming off of this, it helps with that. And again, I said it on the review of the IPA, the little review. These two are at a solid 8.5 right now. I'm enjoying these two way more than I thought I would. Now, as far as the body structure, it's quite lumpy. Like I said, it's a 6x46 stick. It's extremely tightly packed with tobacco, but yet it has a little give to it. It doesn't get smushy like them big boys sometimes do, but it is a little bit of give to it. That being said, I'll get back to you during the final third, and if there's another flavor profile change, I'll let you know. All right, see y'all then. And we're back. We're down to the final third. The kitty coaster is back, as you can see. And like I said, this sucker will deliver. Now, folks, here's the wild part. The heavy pepper's back on top of the Nutella, the cedar, and the baker's spice. I did my little test and I let it sit. Unfortunately, since it's a very small cigar, it goes out pretty easily. So I wouldn't let this sit more than 45 seconds to a minute because it'll put itself out, which isn't bad. It doesn't ruin like the flavor or anything, but it will put itself out. Also, one of the things I failed to mention earlier is my favorite thing to say about a good cigar and about keeping them properly humidified. I could use it as a straw if I wanted to. This cigar fits all categories. Like I said, with this IPA Indiana Pale Ale, it's, like I said, this is a solid 8.5 all around. If only way I could probably make this better, if this sucker came, the cigar itself came in a bigger gauge. I would love to see how it performed then. Other than that, folks, you know what I'm about to say to you. If you got cigars, smoke them. If you got a lot of them, share them with people and go ahead and make another cigar head. Also, I'm wrapping up. I wanted to do a couple of more things with the t-shirts. If y'all look back, y'all see the Cigar Beetle lineup. And I had to do a little bit more tweaking. That being said, and probably by the third review, I'll probably have a couple of models and have the shirts on them for everyone to see. That being said, I'll see y'all on the next cigar. Age 14, made a microphone fiend from a one-night fling. Erased the insecurity, a moment of purity. Feeling low, the world was flooring me, and I acted accordingly. Played my free spirit, this was soft fleeces. Tore me to pieces, caught a seamstress. Now I'm better now, coochie sweating now. Feeling gave me reason to treason. Not resting on the weekend became my trademark. On point like darts, I became cardiac arrested. To bars that's in my heart, the art now a part of my soul. Mama stocking pot filters never get old. Or my dad's mics, long nights turn to flashing lights. Studio flights, now you be rhyming on the back of a bike. You fall off in the fast lane, trying to chase the mundane. When music brought me through the